All right, today we're going to dive deep into the strategic playbook of a company called Pintopay. They've got this really bold vision to build a truly borderless wallet, and they think they can completely change how we all use crypto in our daily lives. So let's break down exactly how they plan to do it. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll get into the core problem they're trying to fix. Then, we'll look at their solution, the absolutely massive market opportunity they're chasing, and their very specific plan to win. After that, we'll talk about the big challenges they're up against. And finally, we'll ask what all this could mean for the wallet in your pocket.
Okay, let's kick things off with the fundamental challenge, right? For any crypto company to really make it, they have to solve this core digital dilemma. Pintopay's entire business is basically their answer to this one question.
It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But really think about it. This one question gets right to the heart of this huge disconnect in the financial world. For all the hype around digital assets, using them for something as simple as a cup of coffee is, well, it's usually a total headache. And that right there is the heart of the problem. Your crypto is kind of trapped. It's fantastic as a digital asset, but it's stuck on this digital island, locked in its own ecosystem. There just hasn't been a simple, seamless bridge to connect all that value to the real world where we buy things every single day. And this is exactly where Pintopay steps in, positioning itself as the company that's finally going to build that bridge to reality. So what is Pintopay really? Well, at its core, it's a crypto card that works in multiple currencies. The idea is you can use it to pay for stuff online or in a store, anywhere, just like your regular bank card. But the really clever part, it's deep integration with Telegram, which, as you know, has a huge global user base that's already very comfortable with crypto. And listen, they are not messing around with their vision. This quote from their own marketing says it all. They're going for total financial freedom. No more restrictions, no more blocking, no more middlemen. That's the goal. Okay, a big mission is great, but is there actually a market for this? Let's talk numbers because this is where things get really interesting. Just look at this number for a second. 5.2 billion. What on earth could that be? Get this, that's the projected number of global crypto users by 2030. We're talking about a mind-blowing jump from around 580 million today to over 5 billion. That kind of exponential growth means a massive, ever-expanding ocean of potential customers who are all looking for a better way to use their digital money.
And this chart breaks it down even further. You can see the crypto card market is already huge, and it's growing. But the real eye-opener here, look at the crypto wallet market. It's set to just explode. That number, that compound annual growth rate of over 26%, tells you everything you need to know. The demand for the basic tools to use crypto is absolutely on fire.
All right, so the opportunity is massive. The market is there. But how does Pintopay actually plan to capture a piece of that pie? Let's dig into their global game plan. First off, they know exactly who they're talking to. They're not just shouting into the void. They're targeting those digitally native millennials and Gen Xers. These are people who are well-educated, who basically live on apps like Telegram, and who really feel the current headaches of crypto, the insane volatility, the fact you can barely spend it anywhere, and all the security worries. And what's really smart is that they're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall. This is a surgical approach. In a place like Latin America, where the economy can be shaky, they're selling stability. In Asia, they're leaning into the massive mobile-first culture. In the Middle East and North Africa, they're a potential lifeline against runaway inflation. Every single region gets a custom-fit strategy. And to get in front of all these people, they're using a classic but super effective influencer playbook. It's a really clear 4-step plan. Step 1, arm the influencers with everything they need. Step 2, let them build the hype. Step 3, launch with a massive push. And step 4, the most important one, see what worked and pour fuel on it. But here's the thing, targeting individual users, even with a great influencer plan, is just one piece of the puzzle. That's not how you get to massive scale. So who else is this for? And this is the secret weapon in their strategy, a B2B white label solution. What does that mean? Basically, they let other companies use their tech to launch their own branded crypto payment systems. For the businesses, it's a no-brainer. They get to market faster with way lower costs. For Pintopay, it means other companies are helping them build their network. It's a true win-win. But okay, let's be real. It's not all smooth sailing. Any company trying to do something this big is going to face some serious hurdles. They have to run a real obstacle course of complex regulations and some very, very big competitors. I mean, just look at this. The regulatory landscape is a total minefield. It's a patchwork of yes, no, and maybe but. In a market like Brazil, it's a yes, but you need special licenses. The UAE is forward-thinking, but again, you need the right licenses. But then in huge markets like Russia, India, and Turkey, it's just a hard no. You simply can't pay with crypto. It's a massive challenge.
And on top of all that, you've got the big players. Let's stack Pintopay up against a giant like the Binance card. Binance's strategy is all about leveraging its enormous user base, throwing around huge cashback rewards, and dominating in Europe. Pintopay is playing a different game. They're focusing on emerging markets, that Telegram integration, and, crucially, that B2B solution that lets them scale in a totally different way.
So when you pull it all together, what's the grand plan here? What is Pintopay's ultimate vision for the future, and what does it have to do with your wallet? It really boils down to this three-pronged attack. You've got the card for you and me, the consumer, you've got the influencer network to spread the word like wildfire, and you've got the B2B engine to power other businesses. The beautiful thing is they all feed each other, creating this powerful self-reinforcing loop.
And this is the key takeaway. This was never just about a crypto card. That's the Trojan horse. The real endgame, the big bet, is to use all these pieces to become a full-fledged neobank, a true digital bank built from the ground up for the crypto generation.
And that leaves us with one big question to think about. As our world gets more digital, more borderless, is this what's next for all of us? Could a single app that just completely erases the line between our crypto and our cash become the new normal, the new standard for what we all carry in our pockets?